Hello, welcome to reading class. We are working on an Indiana project that's going to show the things that we learned about Indiana and give us a chance to research a little bit more. Today, we're going to wind things back a little bit from the intensity we experienced yesterday and do something a little bit more fun and low-key for a Friday. This is what we're going to do. We are going to find and describe a relevant picture to illustrate an idea. The steps are: decide what idea to illustrate, open Google Images, search with a few words, check the image, and describe it in your own words. Watch me. I'm going to do it, and then I want you to try, and then I'll have you try on your own. So, I'm going to be illustrating slide number 4 on our sheet. This is the one that came at the end that I was asking students to try on their own. If you did not get this done on your own, you can take a screenshot of this and use it in your slideshow so that you have the facts correct. So the first step is decide what idea to illustrate. So I can either do number 1 or number 2. Before the Civil War, Levi Coffin and his wife Catherine Coffin ran a station on the Underground Railroad in Newport, Indiana. So I can do that, or I can do during the Civil War, Indiana was part of the Union side of the war. This side eventually won the war in 1865. I think I'm going to illustrate the first point, something about Levi and Catherine Coffin running a station on the Underground Railroad. And I think, what I like to see when I'm talking about a person is a picture of that person. So let's follow the steps. I decided I'm going to illustrate what Levi Coffin looks like. Step 2 is to open Google Images. I put a link to it right on today's reading page. You can just click on it to get to Google Images. You can also put in the search bar of your Safari browser Google Images and find it that way. So when searching Google Images, we tap on the center thing and we're going to search with like 1 or 2 relevant words to start with. So I'm talking about Levi Coffin, so I'm going to type his name, Coffin. Okay, now this is what came up. My steps say search with a few words, I did that, and then check the image. Right away, when I check my image, the first thing I'm seeing is none of these is a picture of Levi Coffin. So maybe I used too few words. You want to start with 1 or 2 words and then make things more specific if you need to. So this is not a coffin. This is not Levi Coffin. So let's type his full name. Let's see what we get. Levi Coffin. Okay, here's a bunch of pictures of supposedly Levi Coffin. So there's like some differences between them. I'm going to pick the one that I like the best, and I'm going to check it. What does it mean to check? Well, when you tap on it, you are going to see the image, but you need to find some information about the image to make sure that it is the thing that you say it is in your picture description. So what you want to do is click on, let me see if I can show this, the link. Okay, come down here and click on the link so you can actually go to the website where the image is stored and look for information about the image. So this says Levi and Catherine Coffin, longtime residents, abolitionists, Underground Railroad. Yes, okay. So that means this is a picture of Levi Coffin, the person who worked on the Underground Railroad. That's what I'm looking for, right? I want to know what does the person look like who worked on the Underground Railroad in Newport, Indiana. Okay, now we need to get this image into my slide. So I'm going to long press and press add to photos. Let's see if that worked. Did it show up in photos? Hey, there he is. Okay, so I long press and add to photos. Then I'm going to come in here and press the plus button to add an image from photos. There he is. There's Levi. Okay, let's shrink him down by using the little squares on the edges. Shrink, shrink, shrink. Okay, and he's not fitting over my box in the background, so I'm going to click the box and I'm going to delete it with my delete key on my keyboard. If I don't have a keyboard, I can also press delete. Okay, so there's Levi. Whew. We did step number 4. We checked the image. Now it's time to describe the image in our own words. This is Levi Coffin, who helped escaped slaves get free. Not eat free, get free. Okay, so I'm describing what I already know about this character. If I don't know anything, then I might want to do something like go to the image website and look for information there. What is this image of? What does it show? Okay, but I'm going to try to use my own words to describe the image and how it relates to the information. Okay, it's time for you to try. We're going to have a session where kids try this on their own and then share with the class before we go off to do our last one on our own, all by our lonesome. So at this time, I want you to pick one of the things from the capitals facts section. We know that Indiana's capital before it was a state was Vincennes. We know the first state capital was Corydon. Today the capital is Indianapolis, which became the capital in 1825. So I want you to choose one of these facts and show me a picture. You can show me a picture of Vincennes, Corydon, Indianapolis. You could also look for pictures of the Capitol buildings in those places. Capitol building is the building that makes a capital city the capital. It's where the government is housed. So we're going to pause the video here and work on this. I want you to follow the steps on today's sheet. On today's Canvas page. And decide what to illustrate. Open Google Images, search, check that your image is what it's supposed to be, and then describe it in your own words when you add it to your slide. Your teacher will be there to help you to add things to your slide if you need help. And when you're done, we will close the session with a send-off for you to work on the last bit by yourself. That's the end of the video.